Welcome back, guys, to an episode that I have been really looking forward to, and at the same time absolutely dreading, because this is going to be so difficult. We are going to do King's Cross, St Pancras and Euston. Now let's come up here to where they are, and I'll show you why this is like crazy difficult. We have got up here 3 major train stations, like right next to each other. Here's Euston Station, and you can see like a whole load of tracks and platforms. Then you've got over here St Pancras Station, not so many lines going into that. And then here we've got King's Cross, and a whole bunch of lines going into here as well. And the buildings, trying to find assets to match these buildings, really difficult, but we're going to see what we can do. So we're going to start off by putting in St Pancras. Now St Pancras is probably the easiest one, because I showed you in a previous video that I was going to use which one? No, that's the one, the 1890. Right, so yeah, this is going to go there, and that's like relatively easy. So God, but we've got to get King's Cross in there. Oh my God. Okay, so we'll put it there. It's probably end up moving, but right, there we go. And it's so freaking black at the moment. Now St Pancras is known as the cathedral of train stations, because it's built in a Gothic style. I'm sure I'll have a picture up right now. And it is, I mean, it's almost like a Gothic cathedral, like the front, and it's got the towers on the front and all the rest of it. This is kind of sort of ish the right colour, and it's got the kind of Gothic arches and stuff, but other than that, not really. But it is the closest that I could find. So that's that for that one. Now, Euston, we'll come to King's Cross in a minute. Euston is more complicated. Now there is something I meant to mention. I want to thank the like 1,500 people who left me a comment on the last video saying you forgot to put King's Cross in when you put the Victoria line in. The Victoria line goes through King's Cross. Yeah, I know. I actually did. Like, I forget whether it was the last video or the one before. I actually did explicitly say, I think it was the one before, when I was starting the Victoria line, I did explicitly say I'm not going to put the King's Cross station in, because when I do King's Cross St Pancras, I'm probably going to have to move it all around, right? So I'm not going to put that station on the line. I'll put it in afterwards. But then I actually edited that bit out, because it was just like me talking for like too long, and I just like edited the whole chunk out. So yeah, that's why I didn't put the King's Cross bit in. And if we go to the transport, you can see that we've got it coming like through here, but like where exactly I'm gonna put it in, God only knows. Like seriously, I have no freaking idea. Euston Station is even more difficult, really, because the way Euston Station is, let me bring up the map and I'll show you. You've got the road that runs along the front, right? And then you've got like a little park here. And then you've got some office buildings. And then you've got the station. And the station doesn't really have a frontage as such. It's just like the offices. And then the building itself is just a flat, like, shed. Yeah, it's a fairly uninspiring building. There's kind of nothing very. It's like just like a big warehouse. That's what it looks like from the top. So yeah, what I've thought about doing, but I don't know whether this is going to work. So I think it'll be a bit of a prototyping session, guys. This should be like I said, this should be fun, but I think it's going to be difficult. Now, what I did think about using was the Aarhus. The Aarhus H Part 2 building. Now, the thing is, it's the wrong way round, putting it in that way. So, what we'd have to do, like, if I put it there for a second, right? And then I take a road. Okay, so we'll put this road going up the side like that. Just so that we can turn this building round. Because we actually want it on that road like that. The thing is, if I put it in like that, we haven't got enough room. That station's going to have to move. I kind of knew it was going to have to move. So, like I said, there's a bit of a park on the front of here, so I'm going to leave a bit of space. Okay? And then there is a road which we're going to put in like... am I going to straighten this up or... No, I'm not. Yeah, I kind of am, actually. So, this episode just gets better and better, doesn't it? Right, so we're going to have a little park here. Then we're going to try and put some buildings in to represent the office building. Okay, let's take this building over here. And we'll pause this now, I think. Set it back to slow, pause it. Right, okay. Let's go up here. So... there are a couple, like I said, there's a couple of these buildings. So we'll plop that in there. We'll plop that one in there. So we've got the kind of the officey bits. And then you get the station itself. Okay, right, well, we're going to have to get rid of this for now. That's just going to have to go. So I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of that, and I'm going to have to get rid of those two as well, because this might move quite drastically. Okay, having done that, we can then get rid of this station. No collisions, and we'll see. Can we move? How close can we move this to this? Can we get that to go in there? I don't know. Oh, we can, you know. How about that? Alrighty. Let's zone that in. Well, you know what? This isn't actually too bad. If I put the park in there, that's actually not too bad. Okay, I think I've got it. I've put these two buildings in, and limited the leveling up so that they can't level up. And then these two are level 3. And yeah, that's about as close as we're gonna get. Now there's a little park area here. I don't know. I guess for now we'll just kind of put some trees in. There are quite a few trees. Let's put a big one there. And yeah, cool. I might put one there. All right. So now, can we move the station without knocking down the buildings? This is going to be the issue. So we want you on that side, and we want you... Oh, I've got to turn collisions off. Let's get out of there. So, not pillars. Collisions off. Can we put this in here and not knock these buildings down? Now, I think that's the closest we can get it. Boom. Okay. Now, let's turn it on and see. Do the buildings stay? Yes, the buildings stay. Oh, my God. All right, well, that will have to do. I really wish I could get something along this edge, but I can't, so kind of it is what it is. Do my best. Alrighty. Okay, well, I guess I'm reasonably okay with how that's worked. Now we've got to put the Euston station back in. Now we could move it like down here and put it like on the corner of the park. I'm just looking at this and thinking, if I put that there, will I be able to get the track to come up and meet that. Well, you know what? Let's give it a try, I guess. Let's go to the subways. Let's get rid of some of this track. So, take that back a bit. No, don't want to do that. Take that. Let's take that all the way back. We want to trim that back to there, at least. And that back like that. So, that's the northern line coming that way. That's the northern line west. And then we've got to run the Victoria line through. Okay, alright. Let's see if we can do it then. So if we pop that puppy in. Now, yeah. There. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. Let's crank that up. Let's not crank that up. What am I doing? So this, we want to go freeform. Actually, I'm going to do it from there. It's probably easier if I come out like that and come round like that and like that. Okay. Now the question is, oh, that's going to be tough. Yeah, that's going to be tough. I think we're going to have to bring this one back a bit further. Like, probably all the way to there. So, ooh, like that works. Now the question is, can we get it to connect to that? Come on, come on. Yeah. Boom, done. Ha 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 ha. Okay, well that worked better than I thought. So then we want to put the Victoria line through there. And that goes out here. I'm going to do that. I'm going to redo that section. Get out. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's underground, but I think it's nice if we can get a nicer section like that. Oh my lord, unbelievable. Right, if I turn this on, the Victoria line should reconnect. Oh, there we go, one part of it has already reconnected. Okay, we've got the lines reconnected. The only one that I haven't added is this one, so let's put that in there. Right, cool. So Euston is reconnected. Right, King's Cross Station. Oh my god, what on earth are we going to do with this? Now there's a road that runs up the side of St Pancras, so I guess we should try and put that in. So that'll go up the side of there. Now where does that go, that road? Oh, okay, well we've got the train tracks going up there. This road apparently goes like, I don't know, underneath the station or something. Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to be happening somehow. Okay, now let's think about King's Cross. So we've got Euston, St Pancras, bring up the map a sec, and then we've got King's Cross Station here. Now, King's Cross Tube. Now, this is why I didn't put the Victoria line in. Because if we go to the transport view, here we go, you'll see that King's Cross Station is actually over here, right? That needs to get moved over here. We've got the rest of it is okay. The Angel is over here, that's fine, but this is just, it's just in the wrong place. It just needs to be moved. And we've got to move all of these lines as well. Oh joy! Oh great! Been looking forward to this. So, let's do some moving around. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Okay, the first thing I want to do is get rid of these stops. So get rid of that one, and that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. Right, so we've got rid of all of the stops. Now we can delete the station. I've got it on pause, yeah. So let's get rid of that. All right, and then we're going to have to take these lines back a bit. And let's take that back to the curve. Okay, now I'm going to put it on this corner. I'll show you in a sec. I think that's going to have to go back further, and I think that's going to have to go back further. Let's leave that there. We'll try and work with that. So, what are we going to put in? We're going to put in a 6 again. Huh. Now, okay, let's bring a map up and I'll show you. Right, so we've got the train station is here, but there's this kind of this is kind of like a sort of a pedestrian area-ish here. The tube station is actually like part of the station, so we're just trying to get something that will kind of sort of work. So what I'm thinking is to put it in on this corner, but man, I think we actually like need to rework this bit of road in order to get that to work. A lot of rework, but we'll put that in like that, which is not bang on, but it's close enough, and it's closer than it was, so that's always a good thing. Right, so we want to put these roads back in, so that one in there and that one in. Oh, you won't go there. What about if I do it that way? Oh, then it'll go. Alright. Okay, that I can live with. Okay, let's get this station put in then. So, where were we? We were putting in a 6 here. Now, the nice thing now is that at least it will go in square. Okay, let's take out a section. Again. Oh, you gotta love it. Oh, what the hell was I putting in? Yeah, one of these. So we're gonna. Oh, why won't you go there now? What do you mean slope too steep? Oh, yeah, okay, alright. So we're going to have to go back to the terrain tools. Man, it's a pain, isn't it? And let's increase the size. Oh, no, not that much. And let's see if we can't smooth this out a bit over here, because it's a bit too much. There's a bit of a dip here. Let's increase the size a bit. So we just want to kind of smooth this out. Oh, okay. Well, what about the road going up the side? What if we relay that? Is that causing the problem? I mean, I suppose we could relay that whole piece. And 2 going up the side. That. Now will you work? Oh my lord, now it will actually work. Okay. Right, so we put that in. So we've got a nice tube entrance there. Good. Right, now we've got to hook all the tracks up. Oh my god. Now, the way we're going to do this, guys, we've got the Piccadilly line, which runs north to south. Now, we haven't put the Piccadilly line in yet, but the Piccadilly line is going to be running north to south. We've got the Victoria line, which we're going to use. Let's see. Let's take snap off. So let's run the Victoria line into there, and then out the other side. Yeah, let's relay that bit of track yet again. That's got to be the most relayed bit of track on the map. Okay, that goes into there. Okay, then we've got to hook up the Northern Line and the Central and Metropolitan, and also we've got to put the Hammersmith and City Line, which also runs along here. The tube network, yeah, it's complicated. So that's going to go through there. These trains are also going to go through those platforms because there simply isn't anywhere else for them to go. So, hang on a second. If I put sharp angles on, let's run you up to there. Oh, I need bend. Take bend off. Do it like that. There we go. Okay, that works, kinda. And then we've got to do the same with these two. So that needs to hook up to there, and this one needs to hook up to there as well. That's going to be a lot of trains going through those platforms. I'm seriously wondering, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, we're going to have 3 different train lines running on this. I wonder whether I should share the Northern Line with the Victoria. Whether that would be, I think that would make a lot more sense, like congestion wise. I mean, ideally I want 8 platforms, but I haven't got 8 platforms, so you can't do it. Yeah, I think we'll run the Northern Line into share with the Jubilee line. Okay, so then I've got to switch this one. Yeah, not the most elegant solution, but can I hook up to you? Oh, there we go. Now I think no, that's not right. Where is that the right place? No, it's not. Man, I can't seem to find. Is that? Yeah, that's right. So that's got to come. Jeez, and how low is that? That's got to somehow hook up to there. Like that. Okay. So we've got the Northern Line sharing platforms with the Victoria Line. Yeah, that works. And then we're going to have the District, Metropolitan, and the Hammersmith City Line will be going along there. Okay, right. Let's turn this on then, and see if those all hook up. And then we've got to re-establish the station, the stops. Okay, so that's hooked up. Good. So, oops. Let's go the right thing, and then so that. Oh, here we go. Right, so we want you to stop there on that platform. We want you to stop at that platform as well. You to stop at that platform. So we just need this to out. There we go. That's hooked up. So that to stop at that platform. Right, then we've got to put these in. So Metropolitan Line. That's circle. Circle. And we want the other Metropolitan Line, if I can get it. There we go. Right. That's all the stops put back in. All right. We've got all the tubes hooked up. I've got to put these stops back in down here, actually. So that goes in there, and that goes in there. Cool. Alright. Have I missed anything? I don't think I've missed anything. Okay, good. How are our tubes doing? I think they're going to start climbing even more now that we've hooked all of that stuff up properly. And it's going to get even more when we start putting in some residential stuff up here. Okay. Now, King's Cross Station itself, I'm stuck for an asset to use. So for now, I think I'm just going to leave that one alone. And I'm going to look on it. Maybe you guys will know of an asset that I could use for King's Cross Station, because I can't find anything that's particularly sensible. What we will do to try and finish things off a little bit is we'll put these tracks in, I guess. Oh man, I seriously don't know how we're going to do this. So we want a road going across there. Yeah, and we've got this road that goes up here. Can I get that in? Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. So we'll take that up there and then up there like that. Cool. Okay, so we've somehow got to get these train stations to hook up and go underneath this road. All right, let's try this. Let's try this one more time then. I do want this to look as nice as we can make it look. So let's bring this out. Let's go straight. Let's bring this out to about there then, and then there. Will you go? Will you hook up straight now? Yeah, that'll hook up straight. No, it's still done that. Okay, let's... I will get this eventually. I hope. Page down. You know what? Let's run you back to like there. Right? And then... what happens then if we run you up to there? Oh, that's gone back. That's what I was hoping would happen. It is just over the pavement, but... you know what? I can live with that for now. I can live with that for now. We might adjust that later. But yeah. Okay, so Jesus, and that's just getting that in. Now let's have a look at some Pancras. This is easier, I think. Yeah. This is easier. Not much easier though. We've got that road that goes up there, and then it goes turns right, so it's across to there. Now this is yeah. There's no point putting this in because we need to get the station asset in and messed around with. Okay, let's just get the tracks put in. So tracks. We want to end up there. So let's put a track in like that, and then. Yep. Let's put you in like that, and like that. Okay, cool. This is a whole network here. The trains go up there, up here. There's these that go into the tunnel and then go into King's Cross. And there's this is elevated across here. These tracks here are elevated. It's yeah, it's a nightmare. And then of course it all hooks up with what's coming out of Euston as well over here, and then it goes into a tunnel all across here. And then it hooks up to this line, and this line is the one that goes out all the way up here to here. How on earth we're going to hook that up to the outside and have like mainline trains coming in, I don't know. I haven't even thought about that. I'm not even going to go there. Okay. How are we going to finish this episode off? I think we will finish this episode off by doing a little bit of the roads and zoning in some offices around this place, I think. Okay, well, we've got a bunch of roads in around that area. So what we will do now is we'll do a bit of zoning. And I've got my large brush. So let's zone in like all of this around here as offices. Probably going to do most of this as office. I'm probably going to end up like as we get further into this, mixing it up and putting on some residential and some offices and some commercial and just kind of mixing it up a little bit. But for now, actually, there's like this block down here. Actually, the station's going to be going in there, so that's a bad example. But I don't know. For example, maybe that block there, like that commercial instead. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of playing around with the zoning as we get further into this. So let's get the rest of this zoned. So all around the stations we'll put in offices, at least for now. And yeah, let's have offices going up here as well. And then as we get out a bit further, we'll change it to some residential. Yeah, let's start putting in some residential. So, this is going to add a fair amount of stuff, fair amount of buildings. I really should be putting in some commercial around here to help out, but oh well. I'm sure I will at some point. But for now, I just want to quickly get this done. Because I've got to get this episode out tonight, and it's already like, I don't know, it's already like, it's got to be close to 6 p.m. So this is the problem. I'm not going to get this episode out to you guys until, I don't know, I mean, it's probably going to be 9, 10 o'clock tonight, which is like way too late to be getting the episode out to you guys. But having zoned all of that in, should we watch it grow? Yeah, come on. Let's watch it all grow. Let's turn it on. So this is this area of North London. We've got Westminster down here, the London Eye, Waterloo. This is the city over here, the Gherkin. And then this is all the stuff. These are the mainline stations which go out to the Midlands and north of England. Oh, and here we go. And of course, putting more offices in is going to attract more workers to come into this area. Oh, there's one building that I haven't put in, and God knows where I'm going to put it in. Right next to, is it next to? I think it's next to King's Cross Station. There's a fire station, so I will end up putting a fire station in here. But it'll be fine for now. We'll live with it how it is for now. Oh man, those buildings that I put in have disappeared. Damn it! How the hell did that happen? The zoning's gone. Oh, did I like replace the road? No, I don't think I did. Okay, well whatever. That road's gone. I'm gonna have to redo that and put those buildings back in. Oh, yay. That's not good. Alright, well, let's still enjoy the buildings growing and this part of London starting to fill in. Have we got water? Yeah, we got water. We've got electricity. Oh, it looks so much better once it starts to fill in, and this is going to kind of soften up, because this has always been a hard edge along here. Because there was nothing beyond this road. So I think the city in general, yeah, see, it's softened all that up. I need to replace all these buildings. I really need to do that. Because these buildings are so horrible. Cool. Okay, well, we've... I can't believe I've got to sort that out again after all the freaking effort that I put into it. Nightmare. We're getting those... we're getting some commercial buildings along there. I don't know why we're not getting more. I don't know why we're getting not getting some bigger buildings as well. But, you know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The main thing is to, like, get this... To start populating this, and then I can go back and, like, fill in more of the roads and put in commercial where it needs to be and stuff like that. Ooh, get some nice buildings. And there are some quite tall buildings. Well, like they're not like skyscraper tall buildings, but there are some quite, like, you know, probably this kind of height in this kind of area. Maybe a little bit smaller than this, but I should put in a high-rise ban. I'm sure I'll get around to doing something like that. All right, guys, there we go. So that is now. What areas have we filled? I wasn't really paying attention to what areas we filled in. So we've got Islington. Islington is the kind of the main area that we've been putting in. Now, there's a prison here. I'm going to need to look at what prison that is. I'm sure you guys will leave me a comment. Tell me what prison that is. What prison is that? I don't know. I'm sure I've heard of it, though, when you tell me. You know, but Barnsbury, I have never heard of Barnsbury. No, I have never, ever heard of it. Like Canonbury I've heard of, Islington, Highbury, obviously, Kentish Town, Camden Town. But I've never heard of Barnsbury. Somers Town I've heard of. Why have I never heard of Barnsbury? Okay, well, there you go. We'll leave it there for this episode. This has been chaotic. I've got tons of editing to do because lots of this needs to be edited out. I hope you enjoyed it. I will catch you for the next one, guys. Let's switch to this. Get rid of the map. And leave you with a little look at what we've just built. This area in here. Can't wait to get all the trains working. I'll catch you for the next one. Peace out.